She's bald. Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Yo soy Ashlita. I'm Ashley. If you're tuning in for the first time, today we're going to be doing a lace wig install. This is a 5x5 closure wig and we're going to be installing it glueless. That's right, no glue at all. So for starters, this is a close-up of what the wig looks like. We're going to perfect that parting to make it look so good. This is a 5x5 closure, as I said before, with an invisible HD lace. You're going to see in a minute how amazing this lace is and how easy it is going to be to blend it with my complexion. I'm also going to show you at the very end of the video a comparison between this lace and the normal lace you'll get with, you know, just your normal or regular smegula. This one is the best, trust and believe. So something that I love to do before I cut off the lace is do as much as possible to make the wig perfect. So if you're going to bleach the knots, tint the lace, you know, change up the parting space, pretty much all the main, you know, things to get my wig ready to go is what I love to do. Even like plucking out the hairline is so much better when you do it before you cut off the excess lace. So I went ahead and used an electric hot comb to go ahead and smooth everything out as far as that lace goes. I pretty much pressed everything in the lace area out. This is going to make the wig flat. It's going to make it molded to my head and it's going to make it look super melted, even though we're not going to be bonding this wig down. Now, step number 2 for me is going to be to pluck out the hairline. Now, I am very impatient. Where my impatience comes in is when it comes to plucking out the hairline and curls. We're going to be plucking the hairline and curling today. So I definitely was prepared and I had my coffee so I could be ready and energized. This one did need a little bit of work. It wasn't like as pre-plucked as you want it to be. As I showed you with the close-up, the very tip or the very front of it did have a nice pre-plucked effect, but behind that it was very thick and full. So we're going to go behind that, which was pre-plucked, and thin it out. So we're going to go back maybe about 2 or 3 rows. So pretty much the first row was the very front of the hairline. I went in and tweezed it out and made it a little bit thinner, and then I parted that area that I feel like I plucked out and pushed it forward and then plucked behind that. And this is what you see here is like pretty much what it looks like when I comb that out. And as you guys can see, we're already in good shape and it's looking better. You don't want it to be thin. You don't want Barbie hair wig look, especially because we're not bonding and melting this one down. You never ever want to give Barbie or beauty supply store hair. You want to give flawless. You want to look like Arrogant Tay or Tokyo Styles did your hair. You definitely want to look slayed. So I felt like that wasn't thin enough, so I parted it, like the area that I just plucked, I parted that out and pushed it forward, and I went behind that and thinned it out again. Now this is going to give you a gradient effect. Now what I will say about this one is that sometimes it doesn't matter how nice the wig is, how nice the lace is, now how nice the hair is, you just need to do this step wet. So what you could do is use a spray bottle and kind of just wet the hairline out and kind of, you know, do it that way. When the hair and the lace are wet, I just feel like the strands of hair pull out a little bit nicer and neater, and you're going to see in the end once I do my install, I'm going to have a little bit of flaw and imperfection. I definitely know how to finesse that and make it look good, but as you guys can see just off the rip, this looks so much better on the right side than the left side. So for the most part off camera, I did the same thing on this side. I did leave this little piece in there so you guys can see I did the same thing on both sides. Once I was done, I kind of went back in and just made sure both sides matched up super nicely, and then from there we're going to move on to our next step. So what you'll learn, especially as a beginner or even if you're intermediate at installing your wigs, is repetition kind of helps you to perfect your wigs. I already parted out the wig and made it straight, but once I got to this step, I realized it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to be. So I went ahead and reparted it, and I may have to repart it again. You just have to keep doing certain steps until you get what you want. If you do it one time and it doesn't come out right, do it again. Don't be lazy. You want your wigs to look really good and really installed. Now after that, I did go ahead and add a little bit of of wax stick. Care is the best for me. I'll have it linked in the description box, but this one here is the GOAT. It makes every wig look so good, whether it's a straight wig, a curly wig, body wave, no matter what texture it is. I like for the hairline, pretty much where there's lace, I like that to be flat and super neat and sleek, and this gets the job done. Sometimes you can put a little bit too much and it'll look a little bit too greasy. Usually if I do put too much and it looks greasy, by the time I wear my bonnet and my scarf at night and I wake up the next day, it's definitely absorbed into the hair. The electric hot comb is also a permanent fixture in pretty much all of my install videos. No matter what texture it is, you're going to see wax and you're going to see a electric hot comb. As much as I like to switch it up, these are the things that definitely are needed to make my wigs look amazing. You can see here when I take the wig off how the wig is kind of molded and formed to the shape of a head. That is exactly what you want. You want your wigs to be molded to the shape of your head. Now the next step for me is going to be to tint the lace. I kind of cheat and just use a foundation that works for me. As you guys know, you've seen that one before. It's a drugstore one. It's very affordable and it matches my complexion just enough so that when I put it on the inside of my wig with a foundation brush, it'll tint the lace to be my complexion. I go ahead and blow dry that in so that kind of just when I put the wig back on, it's not just foundation all over my hair and my wig cap and my forehead. You know, it kind of just sets it in so it stays and doesn't move. And then from there, I went ahead and put the wig on and cut off the excess lace. I like to use an eyebrow, what is this called? An eyebrow razor. I was about to say an eyebrow brush. This is a razor and I like these because it kind of gives a perforated edge that's not too straight across. This is HD Swiss lace, so it already gives that jagged edge, and the jagged edge is what you want. When you look at somebody and they have on a wig, you don't want to see like a perfect line straight across where the wig starts and stops. You want it to kind of be jagged. That kind of gives you an illusion, like a camouflage situation. And then from there, you want to make sure that the parting and the hairline look really good and it blends with your complexion even better. So I do like to go into my parting with concealer, and typically I go into the hairline with powder. The powder typically is a shade or two darker than my complexion. Somehow, some way, as long as it's not too red, the powder in the hairline will look better than a powder that is exactly my complexion. Don't ask me why. It just does for me. Now, baby hair wasn't necessary in this wig. You guys see how beautiful the hairline looks and how good this wig looks on me. If you just pay attention to what the wig has looked like since I put it on, it definitely fits glueless. So you guys did see I skipped the step where I typically would go in and bond the wig down with a adhesive. Typically, I would use something that is non-glue. I'll leave my favorite adhesive in the description box for you guys if you want to add that step in there. But to me, I just feel like it wasn't necessary. I formed baby hair, I let that set, and then we're good to go. The only reason I added baby hair, this was supposed to be a baby hair free glueless install, but I did overpluck a little bit on that right side, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. Now you can go ahead with stuff like that and like make it match on the opposite side, and that kind of is a way to make you like, oh, you think that was an accident and I overplucked? Nope, I did it on purpose. You know what I mean? Just finesse it, make it look good, but the baby hair definitely helped to kind of, you know, camouflage that a little bit. At this point, your glueless install is complete. I'm going to go ahead and add some flat iron curls, something simple and quick and easy. After I'm done with the curls, I will add a little bit of layer in the front to make it all frame my face and look really, really good. If you notice, I am doing the curls super messy. I'm not, you know, taking perfect sections. I'm not even really combing it out. I'm just wanting to add a little bit of body to the hair. Now, it did come with the wand curls, which were beautiful, but sometimes I feel like once you go ahead and, you know, install and you moving the hair around so much, it kind of gets rid of a little bit of the style that came with the wig. So this is why I came in and just added a little bit more. As you guys see, I'm taking these huge chunks. I'm doing them tandem. So like I'll curl forward, then backward, then curl forward, and then curl backward. And this kind of gives me a more body. I would say it makes the hair a little bit more big, a little bit more fun and messy. If you're up early and you have an extra 5 to 10 minutes to curl your hair before you leave for work, I recommend these types of curls where you go like back and forth and back and forth, because it kind of is like if you're not pretty much having enough time to really go in and make the curls perfect, this is kind of that messy look where you kind of just curl it like this and then go to work and don't even comb them out, and throughout the day they'll drop and they get big and cute and fun and flirty, and by the time you get off work for happy hour, you got a little sexy vibe going and it looks like it's meant to be. You know what I mean? So I did leave majority of the curling in the video just so you guys can kind of follow along. Sometimes I like to watch a tutorial on mute if I don't like what the person is saying or how they're explaining it, because sometimes I'm a visual learner and just watching exactly what they do is how I learn. And so if that's something that you want to do and I'm talking too much, girl, mute the video, rewind it a little bit and just watch it and just see exactly what I'm doing. And as you guys can see, for me, I feel like whenever I do my brows, one side comes out better than the other, and it's the same with curling for me. This side of my head, I always get the curls a little bit more smooth. On the other side, they were a little bit, wonky, but this side is my best side, and that's just how it is. When you're done with the curls, you can add a little bit of holding spray to keep them in place. If I did not mention, this one is 12 inches in length, 180% density. The hair type is Indian Remy hair, and the color is natural black. This one is suitable for all skin types, and what that means, if you are my complexion, if you're darker than me, if you're lighter than me, if you're way lighter than me, we can all rock this one, and no one has to worry about the lace being too light or too dark. If the lace is too light, of course you can go in and tint the lace, and you'll be good to go. So this here is another finesse when it comes to closure wigs. You have that little ribbon or that little demarcation of where the lace starts and pretty much the tracks start, like kind of like when they connect, there's usually like a little lump right there. So what I usually do is I will take a little bit of the hair from the track and kind of form it to pretend like it's lace and kind of swoop a baby hair around that. And then sometimes I'll put parting where that swoop or that baby hair piece meets the actual track, and that will kind of give the illusion of maybe more so a like a lace frontal wig opposed to a closure wig, and it kind of covers and camouflages that demarcation a little bit. It's just a little bit of a finesse. From here, I went ahead and cut some layers into the hair. I did need my big mirror to cut better layers. So you guys seen I cut the layers at first, and then I kind of went off camera and cut it a little bit more to make it how I wanted it. Now I'm going to go in and just kind of add a little bit of a curl to it. Now what I find is that when I do messy curls like this, I can go in after and kind of pin curl it, and the curls will be a little bit, or even sometimes a lot of bit more better. Did I even make sense? A lot of bit more better? No, but you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, slowly but surely I'm learning my way around. So I did curl it forward at first, and I realized for that little bang feather look, I should curl it backwards, and that definitely did the trick. I did kind of layer it a little bit down in the front when I was off camera. And that's pretty much it. I like the way this one came out. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with the way this one came out. I was going for a glueless install and kind of some flat iron curls, and I definitely achieved that. I feel like I should do curls for like 7 days straight to really perfect my ish. Now, as far as the packaging goes, this one did come from Wig Encounters. You guys know this is their packaging as always. And you guys know I've done at least 1 or 2 videos with this company before. And inside they did include an info card and some wig caps. This one feels extra thick for some reason. So they did give me this little package here, and of course I saved a piece of lace from this wig just to kind of show you a quick comparison. They were very adamant that you guys have to see how amazing this hair is. I'm going to show you 3 different laces. So this here is regular lace. This is Invisible HD lace, which is what we're wearing. And then to even amp it up a little bit more, this is HD lace when you tint it to your exact complexion. So this here is regular lace. I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you. Regular lace, you gotta see, it's alright, but of course that's going to be ugly once we add it to our hairline. And you're going to definitely have to do a whole lot to make it match. The Invisible HD lace, it feels so much more soft and seamless, and it's like once you add your adhesive and you blend it or melt it to your complexion, you see how amazing that looks. It actually blends with your complexion without adding anything. Now for reference, let's go back to this one again, the regular lace. This one is going to be white. It's going to look like the lace is sitting on top of your head. This one is going to look like skin. And then what we've done here to go even a step further, this is what I've done to mine. You guys see I added a little bit of foundation, and that looks like even better skin. Pull the hair out there. So now you kind of see like this top part here is not any product on it, and this part at the bottom has a lace tint. So you guys can see it looks amazing, and then it goes even better when you add a little bit of product to make it blend exactly with your complexion. So all in all, I really love this one. I love the fact that the lace is going to go perfect with my complexion. So all in all, I love this wig, and I love the way my install came out. Even though I didn't even have to install it, I love the fact that I was able to add some curls, and it held really nice. It held really nicely. The waves are absolutely beautiful in this one, and also the lace is extra beautiful. So make sure you check out Wig Encounters. Of course, I have a link to this wig listed in the description box with details on the wig as far as the length and all of that. Of course, on top of that, your girl's got your back. I've also have lists and links of everything I use to complete this look, including like my flat irons and such. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram. I'm Ashley Bedeck everywhere, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!